I
Yes.
just want to tell all of
Thank
you,
you.
thank you so much for the opportunity to testify in favor of naming a skate park after me. It's really one of the last things I thought would ever happen. However, I have done lots of things in Puna, and for those of you who remember, we did lots of things together in Hilo prior to that. I've always worked in social services, and I've always worked on behalf of kids. And I believe that skate parks are one of the strongest efforts that we can make. They require the least supervision and in some ways the least investment and give the biggest return in terms of self-esteem. So now that we're going on our third generation at Pahoa, I'd like to see a second park there. And I would also like to see this become the year of the skate park. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, too, for your testimony.
Bill 81 amends the Parks and Recreational Facilities Schedule, Chapter 15, Article 8, Section 15-68.1 of the Hawaii County Code 1983-2016 edition as amended relating to naming the skate park at the Pahoa Neighborhood Facility in Pahoa, the Ginny Aste Skate Park. Names of skate park in honor of longtime community advocate Virginia Brannington Aste in recognition of the significant contributions she has made to her community. Reference Communication 601, introduced by Ms. O'Hara.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. May I please have a motion to approve and forward Bill 81 to council with a positive recommendation?
While Ginny Aste, who's with us today, is not a skater herself, and I'm not either, she has one of the original skate park T-shirts. And just to give some background, the skate park in Pahoa was initiated through Main Street Pahoa and a group of dedicated people, including Miss Aste, who championed the park as a great way for our kids to do a productive recreational activity, which is actually turned out that our Pahoa skaters are now becoming renowned throughout the state for their style. And the park in Pahoa that was built through those efforts and contributions of lots of private businesses, as well as grant money, and it was Miss Aste who wrote those grant applications and received the money to get this started. And she remained its champion until it was on the ground and eventually dedicated to Parks and Recreation. It's going to be reaching its 10-year anniversary this year, and I'm working with the newly formed Friends of the Pahoa Skate Park to have some kind of memorial activity. We're thinking maybe over spring break when the kids can all be there. And Parks and Rec, who I met with last week, hopefully we'll be able to get a plaque or a sign done by then. And we can have a little memorial event. And I'm sure Ginny will be there, and I'm going to get her on a skateboard just so we can take a photo of her on a skateboard. I just want to acknowledge what a great asset Ginny is to our community, and in particular, her work to get the Pahoa Skate Park launched. It isn't over yet, meaning we need to have a flat ground course. Right now we have an obstacle course with lots of whoop-de-doos and very challenging but fun. But we also need a flat ground course. So there's a second phase to the Pahoa Skateboard Park that the new group will be pursuing. So it's a real positive addition to Pahoa, and we want to keep it going. And I was really happy that the Pahoa skaters were able to march with me in the Pahoa Christmas Parade this year. So it's all good, and I'm really happy to recognize Ginny. So I ask for your support on this bill.
Thank you, Ms. O'Hara. Ms. Eoff.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And I just wanted to, without repeating everything that Ms. O'Hara just said, but to thank you for being so persistent throughout the years. Somebody mentioned 35 years. You said it's been 40 years. Your work in the community and your vision to make a healthier place, especially for the children. And I understand how fast that time can go by, But no, it takes someone like you to always be involved and be there and be advocating, writing grants, and keeping that vision alive. I'm glad you're here today and that, we can do this in your honor so that the memory will always live on of someone who's persisted and done something so wonderful for the community. So thank you very much.
Miss Aste, I got that correct. I really want to thank you for all that you've done, and echo what Councilmember Eoff has said. And I really would like to commend you on your service to all the organizations and furthering women's initiatives. Thank you so much. There's a whole list of things that you've done that is very impressive to me. And I think you're a great role model for our young people. And I congratulate you. And it's our honor to have you here today. So thank you very much. And on that, no one else, all those in favor of approving or forwarding Bill 81 to the council with a positive recommendation, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? We have 8 ayes and 1 excuse. Mahalo so much. And I believe that ends our Public Works Committee. And it's been moved by Ms. Poindexter to adjourn, seconded by Ms. Eoff. All those in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Public Works is adjourned. Mahalo, council members.